What's up, everybody? Yeah, I just wanted to bring you a little quick video because I know this past week we had a little trouble, technical difficulties with the podcast. So figured I'd try to go ahead and bring you this YouTube video while we're still working on skilling up our video production abilities. I was gonna make a video prior to this about just talking about the difference, well, talking about why stocks and or real estate, why they're good investments. Or you might be wondering, should I just choose one or the other, or should I do both? And my answer to that would be yes. And what I mean by that is, I think you should do both. I think dividend stocks are really underrated and beneficial. And I also think real estate's really beneficial. Now, sometimes real estate's more difficult to get into. Cost of entry, obviously, we all know housing and commercial property is really high, but that's why we have borrowing, which I know is a dirty word, lending and borrowing and interest rates and so on. Sometimes to get yourself started, you have to borrow a little money, even though it's uncomfortable. I understand, believe me. But if you do go that route, and by the way, when you borrow for assets that bring you income, that's called leverage, which is a little different than debt. It's a little better for you. But when you do that, it's much more beneficial than, say you accumulating a car payment or something like that, where you're just spending money on something that's not making you money. And then stocks, the great thing about stocks is that's a much lower barrier to entry. And dividend stocks, they'll pay you quarterly usually. Sometimes you can find some of them that'll pay you monthly. Most of them pay quarterly, which especially at first doesn't seem very frequent, and it doesn't seem like very much money, but the key to these things is to let them build over time. Everybody around you in the world right now is trying to convince you that you need to do everything quick, get rich quick, do it right now. And I want to tell you today, it's okay to take your time. Typically when you see others doing things really fast, sometimes that there's a dark side to that there, because these things always come with a sacrifice. So, it's good to choose wisely where your sacrifices are. But yeah, I think both are good asset classes, and I think that you need to participate in both of them where you're able to. Hope this helps.